A very good evening to you all, and many thanks for joining us here on Rwanda Television News. We hope you had yourselves a very productive day and continuing to enjoy the new year. Now, top of our edition tonight is our headlines. Beekeepers and pineapple farmers grouped in different cooperatives in Rutsiro district of the Western Province have asked senators to do advocacy for them concerning different challenges that have continued to hinder their development in the cooperatives. The Rwanda Development Bank reveals that $100 million are in place for eco-friendly business projects as long-term loan and as an addition in the grace period for the startups. We are glad to have your company tonight, coming to you straight from the heart of Africa, Kigali, and me bringing to you the news is Martina Avera. Now let us kick things off by letting you know that King Abdallah II Ibn al-Hussein of the Hashemite Kingdom of Jordan has concluded his 3-day working visit to Rwanda. At the Kigali International Airport, the monarch was seen off by President Paul Kagame, who also thanked him for his visit. On his X account, the president said it had been a pleasure to welcome His Majesty the King, noting that Rwanda and the Hashemite Kingdom of Jordan share common values and aspirations for development rooted in peace, justice, and security. He said he looks forward to building on the productive discussions that were held between the two leaders and further strengthening bilateral ties and the friendship between the peoples of the two nations. On his X account, King Abdallah II Ibn al-Hussein said he was grateful to the President Paul Kagame for warm hospitality and stated that it was inspiring to witness firsthand how the Rwandan people, through resilience and unity, turned Rwanda into a beacon of progress and prosperity and admired by all, and that Jordan is keen to advance its partnership with the country. The visit has seen extensive cooperation agreements signed between Rwanda and the Kingdom of Jordan, focusing on trade, health, and agriculture. Beekeepers and pineapple farmers grouped in different cooperatives in Rutsiro district of the Western Province have asked senators to do advocacy for them concerning different challenges that have continued to hinder the development of their cooperatives. This comes as the senators are visiting different parts of the country to assess the implementation of initiatives geared towards the accelerated development of cooperatives in the agricultural sector. The senators assured the farmers that all such challenges will be presented to the government for solutions to be found, and it was noted that the number of cooperatives in the country have increased significantly since the year 2005, when they were only around 900, and now the number more than 10,500. Their capital has also increased from 7 to more than 73 billion Rwandan francs over the same time span. Now, the Rwanda Development Bank reveals that $100 million are in place for eco-friendly business projects as a long-term loan, and as an addition is the grace period for the startups. Prince Manzi has more on this report.
Monthly, the Ecoplastic Limited recycles over 10 tons of plastic bags. Its manager, Wenceslas Habamungu, states that it is an investment of 600 million Rwanda francs, but financial institutions do not prioritize it. This is the same with Donald Kabanda, who sells electric cars. The financial institutions are resistant, stating that our projects are not promising. So are the insurance companies that state that our activities are risky. This affects our operations.
The challenges have been that these projects are new on the market, and the people had not perceived them, in the sense that they require a lot of investment in terms of awareness, and even the banks could not accept our proposals because they had no confidence in these projects. But as the promotion for the governments and the green institutions that are making, they have made it clear that this is where to go, this is the future, and they have started investing in 2 banks by bringing in some money, and this money will be accessed by projects like ours for the sake of the environment and sustainability of the businesses.
In the COP28, the Rwanda Development Bank, BRD, was granted the francs for green financing. the BRD Head of Strategy, Research and Resource Mobilization, Fernand Kamanzi, elaborates that this is to ease the eco-friendly projects to access financial services.
Funds for green finance that we've started giving under the IREME Invest Fund will be given for 12 years and with a grace period of 2 years for Rwandan maximum. Which we think to continue to help the economy to give them better affordable funds, because it's not usually easy to also get cheaper funds for green financing. To be precise, in the month of October, if you look at it, we've started receiving also applications from different clients and also different SMEs. And basically, typically, if I may be specific, we are now giving funds at start. We are also in financing renewable energy. So whoever is also looking at financing projects that are using solar power panels, that are also in hydro power. The other one is e-mobility, green buildings, and also if you look at climate smart agriculture, where we are looking at how do we also finance solar-powered irrigation systems and also crops that will be able to resist to climate change. And also, last one is that we've started also receiving applications is waste and circular economy.
The stated IREME Invest is composed of a credit facility that finances eligible projects and the project preparation facility for supporting project preparation. Prince Manzi, RwandaTV News.
Thank you, Prince Manzi, for that report. There are 126 families in Rusumo village in Nyamugari sector in Echirehe district saying that they do not agree with their district leader on the ways in which they are using to shift them from high-risk zones, mainly because of the construction of the Rusumo hydroelectric dam. We have more on this report. These residents say that they do not object to being moved from their place of residence if the authorities continue to find it necessary, but to move them without being given compensation fees, they say that it will have different consequences, including selling their cattle, because it is not easy for them to continue breeding in rented houses that the district will put them in as they wait for theirs to be built.
All we want is to receive compensation for our houses, or at least let them first build their houses they want us to relocate to and then ask us to move when the houses are complete. We say this because the houses that we live in right now don't have any issues. We should leave here when they have shown us that they completed the ones they want us to relocate to.
For someone to leave their house and start renting, it's really not easy on us. That means I would have to sell my cattle. Even if we are to relocate, we would be leaving some of the land that we harvested on. That means we would have to be moving to and from, and that is a 1-hour-long journey, which is not favorable. They also say that the decision to move them contradicted the agreement between their district leader and the builder of the Rusumo hydroelectric dam, even though 30 houses had already been put down in the plan. The district leader of Chirehe, Rangira Bruno, says that 80 families are to be relocated. Those who will remain will be renovated for their houses, but everything will be done according to the law.
In the original plan, these houses were to be renovated. However, we looked at the geographical location and how they are in high-risk zones, as well as being located near the Akagera River and others near bad roads. We decided renovation wasn't the way forward because it would have exposed them to more natural disasters. Those who wish to rent can do so, more so because the residents do not all have the same problems. We wish first to sit down and discuss the suitable solution.
These residents were informed that they had to be relocated by December of 2023, but it was not possible because the people who had to relocate them had not yet received the budget to do so. Two cells of the Juru sector in Bugesera district, namely Magororo and Juru, request to have access to water and electricity, hence engaging themselves in some development activities. Adam Squizera with more on this.
This reason says that they have been lacking water since 2009. Later, an NGO called Sogea Water constructed the water pipes that aim to supply water across the district. But later those pipes were damaged, which resulted in the scarcity of water supply, as the citizens point out. For us, the only issue we have is that we don't have water, so that's why we fish from the swamps for regular use. The issue of water supply is very serious, since we have to travel almost 1 hour on a bicycle. It's not just the scarcity of water that they have. They also lacks electricity, which hinders them from engaging in development activities. After arriving here, I found that there was no electricity. Then later I gave away all electronic items I had, which led me to a loss, since now I no longer get informed as to was. For now, you can't find anywhere to print documents or any neighbor service, as it takes us a long way to go to Nyamata. Then here you understand how challenging it is. The administration of Vujesa district says that the water problem is about to be solved, as they have already to start holding talks with REG to pledge their support in closing the electricity supply gap. We all have basic equipments. I will assure you that they don't have to be in place in less than a month. The only thing remaining is REG to install them. That's why I really assure you that in the beginning of February, all will be in place. The Sere of Juru and Mugorore have about 3,548 households and a population of about 16,862, who are mainly supported by agriculture and animal husbandry.
And as usual, on behalf of the news production team as well as the technical team, we would like to thank you very much for sticking with us on RTV News. Stay safe and have a great night.